The reason why it's so difficult for people to move away from using AI to enhance their professional value, and now also it goes into education, and many educators get worried, especially the primary and the secondary, is because of this productivity trap. What is the trap? We normally, as a human, we judge things from things that we can see, hear, or touch. So AI gives you feel that it's fast, you feel that the artifact or the output is very polished, the language is better than what I can produce, right? The formatting, the design is a lot better, right? It has better structure, because if I were to write it my own, I maybe will jumble up, it's not so structured. Then it's fluent. So this is visible output. But we often cannot see what is below the surface. The understanding, the judgment, the context fit. Context fit means here that the particular environment that you're working in, whether the output align with that context. Verification, accountability, these are hard work. So that's why most people got trapped in productivity trap, because they see this, but they don't realize that underneath all this polished output, speed and all that, we still have to take care of our understanding, judgment, verification and accountability. The illusion of competence. This one is heavily researched by the Ivy Leagues in the US and Europe on AI use. We humans tend to be blindsided by illusion. What I mean is that if we able to use a tool, and that tool help us to create very polished things, right, then we kind of find that, because I'm able to use that tool, then I can create that polished output or the good quality output, then I'm good, I'm competent. What is actually sound is the accurate fact, correct assumption, defensible decision. These are very important behind the polished output. Okay. Now I give you one example. 50, 60 years ago, you look at the those buildings that were built by those woodworkers, because they don't have machines and all that, so they rely a lot on their skill, okay, to create the building. Maybe the beams and all the carving and things like that. They are actually very competent people. But today, if you compare to those people in the factory making furniture and all that, I would think in terms of competency, they are not. But because they have a better tool, so that they can create the furniture, the chairs and all that we are sitting. But in terms of actual competency, if you take it as a craft, as a professional, those people who work in the furniture workshop, they were probably a lot better than what we have now, just operator, right? We have to frame our mind in that way, because we are actually trying to improve our professionalism. And with a better tool like AI, we can even accelerate the value of our career. What are the patterns that weaken our professional development if we use AI not in the right way? The first one that I've seen is the pattern is asking too early. Okay, before you even think through a problem, maybe the direction of solution, you start to go to AI and ask. Okay, then you very quickly get the answer, maybe a few sparring, in the chat. You take the output at face value without verification. Asking too early, accepting too easily, skipping the basic. Today, I think it's very easy for you to have the illusion that you are expert in one area, because you know a little bit about that domain, and then you know how to use AI. Like for example, I'm not a good website developer. Actually, I never learned formally, but I can create my personal brand website just like a professional. And I just did that in 2 days because of AI. But if you ask me to do without AI, the actual HTML, CSS, I don't. So that is skipping the basic. But for me, it's different. Because my aspiration is not to be a web developer. I just do this like once a blue moon. That I don't care. So I can use AI, and that's the right way to use it, right? Confusing polish with reasoning. I elaborated that one a lot just now in previous slide. Okay, now let's go through a scenario relevant to logistics. Right? This is a scenario where a supplier is 3 weeks. Okay, now we will return to this simple scenario just to illustrate how a better use of AI for your career. Clear delay summary, AI can draft for you. Professional tone, whatever tone that you want the AI to write, they can. Status structure, also the dashboard, all those, they can do it very fast. AI may miss the real cost, like relationship breakdown, not capacity, the decision that is actually needed, the stakeholder who needs to be called. Alright, so once you get the report, you read it, then you need to decide who you want to call into the meeting. Now your human value, what you can add value to this after using AI is diagnose the actual risk, then you have to call out the decision, alright, create alignment across supply chain. Everybody, your stakeholder in supply chain need to know that this is you. This is what you need to watch for. As a trained, experienced professional, you should be able to know what AI may miss. So now that brings us to a question of same AI, two paths. Same tool, everybody's using the same AI. The shortcut path that actually make us worse or stop us from developing is we want to finish fast, we want to avoid the effort of thinking, we outsource our judgment to AI, which is the decision making, and we become dependent. If let's say something happened to Copilot, cannot be used for a week, what happened to you? Are you still living like regular, or you just find that your hand being cut off or one limb being cut off, like wow. Okay? So this is a real question. If one day, I don't know, maybe US government decide that they want to stop exporting Anthropic OpenAI to Malaysia, for example, what will happen to us? They just stopped the latest Anthropic latest model. You all know, right? If you use Claude, you will say that this model is not available outside of US. They are latest and greatest. All right, mastery path. Think first. This is how you're going to use it for your development and growth. Think first, test the assumption. If AI give you this answer, you first think first, what is the logic behind why AI is giving me this answer? If you don't satisfy, then you ask, can you tell me what are the assumptions you made for you to arrive in that conclusion previously? Then you practice your judgment. A good way to practice is ask AI to provide a few alternatives, and you judge which one is better and come up with your own reason why that is better than the other. Okay? Becoming more capable, this is always the objective for career development when you use AI. Okay, now I have 3 options here. I want you to read them and then tell me, or in your head, decide the value, which one is higher. For example, if A is lower, then you say A, B is the second lower, then you say B, then C. Right? Okay, just take a few seconds. Which one is the lowest value of AI use? A, B or C? Yes, correct, it's A. You just get the AI to write the delay update. Maybe the AI already have the data, reflect to you, then it's just write me an update. This is like write an email. Alright, using AI. Who I want to send to, these are the things I want to tell the person. Right. Okay. Demand forecast discrepancy, AI challenge, causes verified. This means AI tell you there is a demand forecast discrepancy between the actual and the predicted. Then you challenge the AI. Why do you say so? How much is the variance? Tell me what are the causes, possible causes. Then you go verify. You challenge it, you verify. You don't take the first answer as the answer, the final answer. C is route optimization, recommendation, AI assist, human validate against client relationship. B is the highest value of AI use. C is the second highest. A is the lowest. You can see the difference? You can see the difference.